So guys, what I'm about to say is literally, quite literally going to prove my point. If you asked a woman or the women you're talking to, would you punish me if I showed you care? Would you punish me if I gave you attention? Would you punish me if I talked to you nonstop? You know what they're going to say? Not one single one of them, literally none, would say yes. They're all going to say, no, oh my God, no. I love talking to you and all this kind of stuff, right? But if you actually did those things, they would do it. Women don't even know sometimes that they do certain things, and they don't even know they're doing it. You literally have to be a selfish prick today. And quite literally always. That is how you have to be. Unless you want to get left behind, because if you don't do this, you're going to get left behind. You have to care about yourself. It sounds self-centered. It sounds half narcissistic. But it's the truth. You have to care about yourself more than you care about anybody else, including the women or woman you're talking to. Because if you don't, you're going to get punished. You have to be more focused on yourself and your life over everything else. Over everything else. Over your friends, over these girls you talk to, over your family, over everybody. That's just how it has to be, because when you don't do it, what happens? You get punished. You get the shitty end of the stick. There's a lot of reptilians today. There's a lot of snakes today. And some of these women today that'll make it seem like bad things ain't gonna happen while you're talking to them, if you're talking to them, until something bad actually happens. Most of the time, it's not even their fault. A lot of the time, you're just going with the flow of life, talking to her, giving her all kinds of time and attention if you're a young guy or unexperienced. You think it's the answer. As a young man, you think this is turning her on more. You think it's making her happier, but it's not. It might even seem like that in the exact moment, but as days, as weeks, as months go by, it's slowly going to force her to punish you, to push you away, and you're going to wonder what the hell just happened. What happened is you have become weak in the process. You literally caved in on her. You made her your whole life. This is why today you become a selfish prick. You put your life first. You don't put her on a pedestal. You don't overly give her compliments, if ever at all. I don't really compliment women. Like, it would be a very rare thing if I even gave one a compliment. Because most today don't even deserve it. Most today are getting compliments all the time. So if you are to compliment her like it's nothing, it's going to lower your own value as a man. And no woman is going to say, don't compliment me. They're going to say compliment me. Some of them are going to fish for it. Some of them are going to do things to try to get compliments. And if you do it, if you fall into it, you're just like everybody else. Does she want just everybody else? Does she want every single one of these guys she talks to? No, she does not. This proves my whole point. Women punish men who show care. You literally can't care. You have to stay in your frame, doing the things you do, without even really... It's just like you don't care. You give the vibe that you don't even care. Because you care more about yourself, which seems narcissistic and self-centered, but it is what it is. I actually think we're supposed to be that way by nature anyways. Like, not full-on narcissistic, manipulating and ruining the world. But we're supposed to be, as individuals, focused on ourselves. We as individuals are supposed to look out for ourselves first. We just are. Because if you don't, you see what happens. We've all have not done that before. We have all invested into people before and never got a very good ROI. Bad things took place. And bad things is always going to take place to the gooder people, which means you kind of have to be a little bit bad. And not manipulating people and going that far, but you just have to be self-centered. You're not messing up a conversation with her. You're not giving her what she don't deserve. You're not overly complimenting her. By not doing these things in itself, you're going to come off and have the demeanor of the bad boy. Because you're not overly complimenting her. You're not giving to her. You're keeping that energy to yourself. You're using that energy yourself. You're not fixated on her. You make her earn things. You're mean, as some girls will say. Well, guess what? You're still turned on by me. The big meanie. And guess what? Those other guys just don't do it for you. I have talked to girls on the phone before, bro, and they have admitted to this shit. What do you think? They've admitted to everything I'm saying is the truth. Women want you to focus on you. They don't want you to focus on them. They're going to try to make you do it. But when you do it, they lose attraction. When you show care, when you show you're just there, that you show up for her, she don't like that. If you asked her that, if you told her those things, would you like it if I was to talk to you all the time? Would you like it if I'm there for you all the time and do all these things for you all the time and compliment you and everything else? Oh yeah, I love it and all this stuff. Well, meanwhile, she don't even like you. And if you do those things, you're gonna find out that she does not like you. Honestly, I have never made these big of mistakes in my life. I've never overly complimented a girl in my life. I was never overly a simp in my life. I've never made those bad of mistakes, ever. I have invested before into the wrong female. I have talked too much to the wrong female before, but I didn't overly compliment. I didn't overly simp. I didn't chase. If she veered off, I would not try to find another way to get in contact with her. I wouldn't do anything like that. When you see her in school, I didn't try to go up to her. I just let her be and I went my own way, and guess what? She came back. Because I didn't smother her. So, I'm telling you guys right now, most of you have been lied to. Like, if you're so eager to have a conversation with her, if you're so eager to be in her presence, to want to go on a date with her, to do all these things, she ain't gonna want to do it with you. You have to give her space. You have to give her time. You have to make even the date doable. Like, don't try too hard. Do not try too hard to make something happen. Do not try too hard to even talk to women. If they don't respond, don't even care. they're gonna be back. Let them do whatever they're gonna do. Because guess what? You should be too. You should be focused on you. When you do this, you grow. If you're focused on her, you don't grow. You grow a pussy when you're focused on her. You keep your balls when you're focused on you, chopping trees, doing the shit you want to do. Being in your masculine frame, that is what you want to do. You don't want to focus on them, like bare minimum. To set things up, you have to be raw, you have to be blunt. You have to be a big meanie to her sometimes, which is what she's going to call you. Oh my God, you're mean, you're this, you're that. You want to be called those names by the women you deal with. You want to be called hard to deal with. Bro, I'm telling you full well, you do. You want to come off hard to deal with in a sense. Like, you're not going to let her just come in and act how she wants, get you to act a certain way. Like, you're just you. Which means you're kind of hard to deal with. You're hard to get to. You're kind of mysterious. You're kind of these things. That is how you want to be. You don't want to be easily accessible. You don't want to come off like you want her too much, if at all. Like, you have to come off like you just don't care. That's going to make you more attractive, and to be quite honest, that's going to make her more attractive as well. Because a girl that overly wants you is not that attractive either. Like, something's got to be up. Like, there has to be a mutual interest between you and a woman. It cannot be too much. I'm telling you, bro, shit hits the fan when it's too much. Y'all can plan something. Y'all can get together and just let both of your natures as a man and a woman collide and see what happens. That's what you have to do. Stay true to yours. She should stay true to hers. Y'all should stay true to both of y'all's natures as a man and a woman. None of this manipulation type shit. Not her trying to get in your head to make you act a certain way. You don't let her do that to you, bro. Like, you don't let nobody do that. You don't let your parents do that to you. You don't let your siblings do it to you. You don't let, fuck your boss. Fuck your coworkers. You can think a certain way. You can be a certain way. You have to be stubborn, bro. You have to be a stubborn individual. You have to be. Everything I'm saying is facts. And what I said at the start of this video, bro, like, it's the truth. If you talked to the girl you're talking to and you asked her, like, would you like it if I talked to you, if I gave you attention, all this kind of stuff, she would say yes. It doesn't dent the fact, if you kept doing those things, that she would lose attraction for you without her even knowing it, sometimes without you even knowing it. This shit would happen. Your care level is being exposed to a high degree. You have to care more about yourself than you care about her or anybody else on earth. That's just the way it is. You come first. It's not that you cannot care about her at all. You just care about you more. If something were to happen, if she ghosts you, it doesn't even matter. You're so focused and fixated on your own life. It literally don't matter. She can energetically feel this from wherever she's from. You just don't care. Your life is going to go on. You're not sitting there just, oh my God, in a bundle because she ain't talking back. You just don't care. care. Life goes on. You have to extend a lot of time when you're talking to these women. You have to see it as like a very extended thing. And bro, if she gives you a hard time for the first weeks, for a month, for a couple months, for even half of a year, you can't be like, F this girl, man. She's playing hard. She's doing this. She's playing these games. F her, bro. Do you understand what this is doing? That in itself exposes your care level. You cared more than her. And you know why you cared more than her? I've made this mistake before. Because I saw a female that I had interest in. I wanted to hang out with her, not because I need attention or something. You just want to get things going with a female before time runs out, because there's a limited amount of time on earth now. But you have to play it even longer. This is what you have to do. You can't expect shit to just pop off right away with a woman. You can't. You have to let time keep going on. It's in your favor. It's not against you. You think at first, when you're younger and you're more inexperienced, you think time is not in your favor. You think you need to see her. You need to do this. You need to do that. It's going to happen if you just keep holding tight. That's the thing. Because I spent 2 to 3 months on females before and cut them off and got frustrated. That exposes your care level. It does. When you cut them off, it shows that you cared. You cared. It might also show that you're going to stop caring, but it also shows that you cared. You cared enough to get pissed off. You cared enough to get frustrated with that female. You can't feel anything of that. You have to not care, because your life is amazing. Your life is lit. You're building a life. She can energetically feel that, bro, through the earth's crust. You just don't care. You're living on. Your life continues on. You're going to end up getting on her nerves. You're going to end up frustrating her more, because every game she plays is just not working. This makes hypergamy in your favor, in your advantage, because women are hypergamous by nature. Doesn't make them bad. It is what it is. They should be. So you have to stick things out. You have to play a very long and extended game with these women. And if you don't have that kind of patience, you probably don't like your life that much. We've all been there. We've all been there where it's like we want to get things on with a female, but when your life is that good, it don't really matter, because your life is still good. You're still having a good time every single day. And guess what? This in itself makes hypergamy in your favor. Oh my God, what am I missing out on? This guy's living a good life. He's living a better life than me. What am I missing? She's missing out on you. You're not missing out on her. She's missing out on you. You want the power. She has to be missing out on you. You can't be the one missing out on her. Oh my God, she won't hang out with me. Oh my God, she keeps flaking. Oh my God, this, oh my God, that. She has to be the one missing out on you. Not you missing out on her. You're living a better life than she is. Your life goes on with or without her. You have that type of energy, that type of demeanor. You're not trying so hard to get to hang out with her. You can even ask her to hang out, but it's still, you have this vibe that it don't matter if you do or don't. You can still approach a girl. You can still ask a girl to hang out. I'm not saying act completely cold and shun them away and don't give them anything. You have to give them something, but it's still this vibe where you don't really care. This is going to arouse them like nothing you'd ever see. And you're not exposing your care level because you give off the vibe where you don't really care. You're giving her a choice. You're giving her an option. If she takes it or not, you don't care. If she takes it, great. Y'all are going to hang out. If she don't take it, great. Guess what? She's going to understand. You don't care. Your life is going to go on. And guess what? She's going to be back again. If she don't hang out with you, it could have been a test to see where your care level is at. That's what it could have been. So if you hang tight and you stick things through and you just keep going through the motions and you just keep not caring, you can deal with other girls as well. You can deal with other girls as well. This is only going to make your value even higher. This is only going to make her want you even more. She's going to have this sense of urgency and she's going to feel this type of energy in the world where she's losing you. Oh my God, you have her worried. You have her stunned. You have her anxious. That is good. That's where you want her. You don't want to be the one in this position where, oh my God, she flaked. Oh my God, she didn't hang out with me. Oh my God, what do I do? She's not responding. She ghosted me. She this, she that. Who gives a... If your life was good, you wouldn't give a... You just wouldn't. And guess what? This is exactly what's going to make her come back and come to you. And you're probably going to keep her as long as you keep living this way. You can never overly care about a female, bruh. Like ever. I don't care if you put a ring on her finger. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you shag her 800 times and have 800 kids. I don't care what you do. You can never overly care about a female. You always have to care about yourself and your life first. I'm not saying don't care about her at all. I'm not saying don't do good things for her. You can do good things for her. You can give her some time and attention and then have that come to an end and still start to care about your life even more than you care about her. You can't get caught up in overly caring about her and making the whole world revolve around her. Like your whole world revolving around her, you can't have that shit happening. You can't. You have to keep focused on yourself. You have to stay who you are. You have to be able to live and breathe your own life. And if she tries to put a stop to this, you have to say no. And you have to keep doing your thing. And if she's not down with it, then she ain't the one. She don't understand. You have to have this conversation with her if shit starts to get a little bit messy. If she starts to demand more time, attention, or whatever it might be, you have to tell her straight up. We'll have our time where we spend time together, but it's going to be business after that. Like, I can't just give you everything. It's impossible. There's just a lot of different conversations you're going to have with her. This is if you get to this point. But that's the video. So don't say I didn't warn you guys. I'm telling you right now. Women love it when you're more self-centered and more focused on your own life because you're building a life that she can come into. You're building a life that she's going to want to be a part of. You're not making the whole world. Like, she can't be the highlight of your entire life. Your life that you build should be the highlight and she should come into it and you keep building your life. Which is the highlight. Not her. She's not the best thing. The life you build is the best thing and she's going to come into it. At the end of the day, she's still a human being. At the end of the day, she's going to get old one day. You're going to get old one day. You're going to want a good life. And I'm not like, bro, I don't want nobody getting shit messed up in this video. You can still spend some time with her. You can still treat her good. It's just, you can never forget about yourself. You can never forget about the gym. You don't stop going to the gym because you got a girl now. I know multiple guys that this has happened to. You can't let this happen to you. And if you lose a girl because you go to the gym too much, you do this too much, you're too focused on yourself too much and all this stuff, let her go get some other guy she's going to control. And guess what? She's going to be with him for maybe months to a year, to a couple years, and guess what? She's going to leave him, and she's going to keep getting it wrong until she realizes, oh, that's the guy I really like. Which is yourself, because you understand this shit. You cannot take the bait, bro. You cannot start to move in a way that favors her. You move in a way that favors yourself. That builds your life. She comes in. That's it.